being tired, being exhausted might not be something that you immediately link to the fearful avoidant attachment style. But there can absolutely be a link and be an association. And we are going to talk about 5 reasons. I mean, there's not just one, there are multiple, which also means that when you heal the fearful avoidant attachment style, you will get more energy. How awesome is that? It's awesome. So the first one is resistance to what you are feeling and thinking. Um, as a fearful avoidant, you are trying to control and manage your feelings and your thoughts constantly. There are so many things you believe that you are not supposed to feel, you are not supposed to believe, you are not supposed to be thinking. And so constantly it's like a war going on inside of you, that this thought is coming up and then you're like, if I really love them, I'm not supposed to be thinking this. So why am I thinking this? And what does it mean? And I thought this yesterday, that does that have anything to do with this? And it's just, you are constantly checking your feelings, checking your thoughts, checking whether you love them, or resisting or suppressing or trying to fix or trying to manage and control every single thought and feeling. Just me explaining that sounds exhausting, right? I mean, it's just, of course, that's exhausting. Of course, that's going to take energy. Just resistance alone is such an energy drainer. When I started healing resistance, just using resistance as a coping mechanism, it freed up so much energy. And resistance, specifically, I used that to show my intuition, subconscious, I don't know who I was trying to show it, that I didn't believe or didn't want to think this thought. So I had a thought, and then if I wasn't supposed to have that, I would feel resistance just to show somebody or something that I didn't want to have that thought. And so it wasn't true. And it felt like if I just allowed all my feelings and all my thoughts to be there, that I would, with that, say that they were true, which obviously is not true because your thoughts and your feelings just come and go, and you resisting them or not resisting them is not gonna do anything. Just make you tired and create panic and chaos in your body and in your mind. So the act of resistance towards feelings and thoughts is not gonna make the thought or feeling true or not true. It just does nothing. It just causes exhaustion. So when I figured that out and started healing all the fears surrounding that, because obviously I was afraid that if I would allow all my thoughts and all my feelings, then I would say that all those negative feelings were true, and then I would have to break up with Aryan, and I really didn't want to do that. So I made all these stories up around it of what all of it meant. And once I started changing those stories and just allowing myself to feel and think whatever came up and not attach any meaning to it and release a lot around that, it just freed up so much energy. I actually had chronic fatigue syndrome for a few years, and I truly personally believe that for me, healing the resistance and and the fearful avoidant attachment trauma as a whole, it just completely lifted the whole chronic fatigue syndrome. I don't have that anymore at all. So resistance is pretty powerful in making you tired and exhausted. So just not resisting thoughts and feelings anymore will really help you in having more energy. The second one is trauma. A lot of fearful avoidance carry a lot of trauma, and trauma just has a way of finding a place in the body and just settling down there. And when you, for instance, have constricted muscles, that will cause your body to have to work harder to pump blood through them or use them. And when you have a lot of trauma, a lot of your body is constricted and you carry it in different parts of your body, which therefore don't function optimally and therefore cause tiredness. So as you, and cause a lot of other things, obviously, but as you release the trauma from your energetic system, from your body, you will notice that you will also have way more energy. And this is why I'm so um, passionate about EFT, about the emotional freedom technique, about tapping and really truly releasing it from your body instead of just talking it and processing it in that way, which is, it can really help in your day-to-day life and in your interactions and on a psychological level, but that physical level will really help you to free up so much more energy. Then the third reason is expectations and the belief that you have to do things when you have energy. So there's always benefits to having something that you actually don't want to have. Otherwise, you wouldn't have them, right? So if I would be super exhausted now for a long period of time, have chronic fatigue syndrome before, for instance, I would not want to have that. I would want to have energy, but there's a part of me that definitely wants to hold on to this because there are benefits to it. If there would be no benefits whatsoever to being tired, I wouldn't be tired. So one of the reasons, or one of the benefits of being tired, is that for me, it was that I felt like if I had energy, if I could do things, then I would have to meet everybody's expectations, and I would have to do things that I didn't want to do. And all of this obviously had to do with me believing that I wasn't allowed to say no, that if somebody asks something of me, that I had to do it, and that other people's expectations actually said something about me having to do them. When I learned that expectations are their responsibility, are people's own responsibility, and it has actually nothing to do with me, and I don't have to meet expectations, wow, that was so freeing. And that was one of the things that I immediately noticed, that I had more and more energy, because I realized that just because I have more energy doesn't mean that I have to do things for others. Nobody has a right to your time and to your energy. You decide what you get to do with that energy. And that was quite a process for me, but I'm so happy that I'm there and that I now have a lot of energy to do the things I want to do and not all the things I think everybody around me expects from me. And then the fourth one kind of ties into this, is not being able to set boundaries. So when you have that belief that when you feel good or when you have energy, you actually have to do so many things that other people expect of you or want from you. And so you just keep being tired. But when you believe that you are not able to set boundaries, it's, your body will find a way to still create a boundary. And for me, that was definitely being tired and not feeling good, but I think even more so being tired. Because as long as I was tired, I wasn't able to do things. I wasn't able to meet other people's expectations. So that was a no, in a way, just not me saying it, but my body creating it, because I was just too scared to say no and to stand up for what I wanted and what I needed. So tiredness, fatigue, exhaustion can be a boundary of the body saying, enough, you just need to do whatever you want to do, not what everybody else is expecting from you. So releasing these expectations and this belief that you have to do things that other people want from you or expect from you, and starting to actually set boundaries and say, yep, I'm feeling good, I have a lot of energy, and no, I'm still not doing that because I don't want to, because I don't have to. that will help you so much. And it will first, in the beginning, feel very selfish because it's a codependency tendency. But that's a good sign. You're going in the right direction when it feels selfish. And then the next step is that you just feel so much more energy, and then you realize that you doing whatever you want to do and giving from that place of fulfilling your own needs and setting boundaries, whatever you then do has so much more love and so much more quality to it. So that's a beautiful thing. And then the fifth reason, the last reason, is why fearful avoidance, I think specifically, sometimes get tired, is because when you're tired, you're not able to do much damage or hurt others. One of the core beliefs of the fearful avoidant attachment style is that you are a bad person and that you hurt others. And just imagine, when you have that belief, what is a way of your body to protect you, or actually kind of protect others, which is such a caring thing if you think about it. It's to kind of disable your body by being very tired. If you're very tired, you won't do a lot of things. My parents have this coffee coaster. Is it a coffee coaster? No, a coaster that you put on the table, right? And you put your coffee mug or tea mug or whatever on. And it says, coffee helps me do dumb things faster, something like that. And I think that's kind of what your fear brain believes. Like, if I have energy, then I will hurt other people even more, have even more impact, if you know what I mean. So, being very tired, being very exhausted, kind of like dims down your ability to hurt others in a way, because you can't do as much damage. Is this clear? I hope this is clear. So those are 5 reasons. There are more. Obviously, there's also physical reasons why you're tired. I healed a lot, and then after that, I fixed a lot of nutritional deficiencies I had, and just my gut was not balanced, and that helped a lot also in feeling better. But I think I couldn't have healed that physical thing when I didn't heal the emotional things, because otherwise there was still too much benefit to not feeling good. Having said that, please seek help. Please seek help. Go to your doctor if you're really fatigued, exhausted for a long period of time, because there can be genuine, just purely physical things that are underlying that. So please seek the appropriate help. Very, very, very important. And you are so deserving and worthy of that, instead of thinking, oh, it's my fault, and if I just release all this trauma, then I'll be fine. You get to have support on this journey. You really do. You don't have to struggle by yourself. So when you have that support, go to your doctor, find out if there's anything physical underlying your exhaustion or tiredness, and you've ruled that out, or you've got help with that, and you still want to heal the emotional components of being tired and exhausted and just have more energy for you to be able to do the things you want to do, to be able to enjoy life more, to get up in the morning and be like, oh, can't wait for this day. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do all the things I want to do. If that's what you want, check out the link in the description below to my online program, Healed and Happy, because there we heal a lot of the root things that cause tiredness and exhaustion. And you will notice, and I've already heard so many and read so many stories of people who are going through the program who are saying they are feeling more and more energized, feeling like they can look forward to their life, to their day, and just have more energy to do all the things they want to do. So that's I love that. I love that. So check out the link in the description below if you want to do that. And let me know in the comments below if this was valuable to you and you got anything out of it. If you're struggling even with tiredness and exhaustion, please let me know. I think it's so important to share. maybe there's something that you've noticed that helps you. Um, as always, I am so happy you are here, and I will see you in the next one.